Hello and welcome to another GMT Driving School vid, and this one we are looking at GOSFORTH again. I'm trying to do a little series of this, help people out who are getting late or emergency tests over the GOSFORTH area, which is easy enough. There's some interesting layouts down there, but other than the roads being nice and wide and well marked, there's no real problems. So to start with, this is kind of the north area where you would turn off to Seatonburn on the A1. So from here, the only reason I'm commenting on this bit is because my student started their not an overtake, but she moved over away from the slip road to make it a little bit safer for the people joining, which is a good idea. But as you can see here, we're starting to slow down a little bit because she was under the misconception that once you have moved over to the right, you have to get back into the left as quickly as possible. When of course what the highway code says, it's when it's safe, moving back to the left when it's safe. So if you're going to the overtaking lane, don't slow down, just keep your speed up and continue with your overtaking until an opportunity arises to come back into the left. And you can do that by basically seeing whichever vehicle you've just overtaken, check them in the middle mirror. If you can see them in the middle mirror, you'll have given them at least 2 seconds worth of distance to pop in back to the left. And if you miss your turn off, please don't worry about it. No part of the test or driving safely has anything to do with navigation, so please don't worry about where you drive, just focus on how you drive. Okay, at this roundabout, I've asked the student to turn left towards Forden, and as you can see from the arrows, you've got a left arrow and an ahead arrow. Well, you can't turn right to Kingston Park here, so I've done a little bit of a pause when we get to the top to just have a quick look at the layout of this roundabout. You can see we're coming into a 30, and we have a cycle lane on that roundabout, but also if you look where the construction sign is, you've also got kind of a spiral element, so you'd be entering on the right hand side and then instantly coming back to lane 1, and at which point it'll split into Kingston Park or A1. So that's worth bearing in mind, that when you come on in the right lane, you're going to be pushed straight back to the left. So have a little look at that again if you don't feel that confident with it. Alright, this set of traffic lights can be a little bit disconcerting sometimes because there's so many. So the one nearest you, we've clearly got the area for you to stop right in front of you. So just deal with those traffic lights on red, and then you've got your greens a bit further on. So remember your kind of preparation to POM routine, preparing the car, have your handbrake on if you're at the front of the queue. Should be should be the best safe outcome if you have your handbrake on, so you can just simply drop it once you've found your bite and move forward at the green. Second set of lights there, also green, and I've asked the candidate to turn left into a little side estate where they used to do a lot of manoeuvring. I don't know if they still do, to be fair, but this is where seemingly we used to go to do some manoeuvring. So it's a 20 zone, and yeah, just be careful because this area will be nice and tight. Very little space, lots of parked cars. So remember your clearance and meeting drills like we've got going on here. We've committed to a space that is ours, so we can continue through it, and then we'll deal with the oncoming car. So at this point I've asked the candidate to pull in on the right hand side of the road, so just a quick reminder, MSPSL as usual, and my top tip for this one is to almost like coast it into a stop so the car doesn't fight back at you while you're trying to straighten up. That should be one of your priorities. So mirror signal now, and then this is quite an abrupt stop, you know, that's what you'll see usually where people are fighting the car. So I would just let it roll forward quite a good distance, a couple of car lengths, so you can get nice and straight before you do your reverse element. I've edited a lot of that out because that was my instruction at the time. Remember your 6-point check before you pull away.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I'll have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah. Boy, the one who showed me now and forever. No, you'll never be alone again. All day, oh yeah, all day. Please stay in my arms, boy. The one who showed me if we're together. It don't matter if it rains. All day, oh yeah, all day. As long as you're in my arms, boy. It's you and me on this beautiful day, and it's smiling, holding on to you tight. I guess our hearts can align, and it feels so bright. It's like your love has gotten to me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. I can see it now, it's deep in your eyes. No way to define what we feel inside. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah. Boy, the one who showed me now and forever. No, you'll never be alone again. All day, oh yeah, all day. Please stay in my arms, boy. The one who showed me if we're together. It don't matter if it rains. All day, oh yeah, all day. As long as you're in my arms, boy. Don't worry of tomorrow. love the way you like a song. You know my heart, 'cause you know me, know my heart. You're everything in my day. I love the way you know my heart. Yeah, alright. The one who showed me now and forever. No, you'll never be alone again. All day, oh yeah, all day. I can let you know that you're my boy. The one who showed me if we're together. It don't matter if it rains, I will love you every day. As long as you're in my arms, boy. The one who showed me now and forever. No, you'll never be alone again. All day, oh yeah, all day. Please stay in my arms, boy. The one who showed me if we're together. It don't matter if it rains. All day, oh yeah, all day. As long as you're in my arms, boy.
Okay, coming up to an interesting shaped roundabout. Remember, they don't always look like that X shape, that cross shape. So when we're coming up to this one, the student looked at the sign and was a little bit taken aback by what it meant. But if you take your time and slow down a little bit earlier, you'll get more time to read the signs. So what I've done there is I've kind of just flipped the sign so it would look almost like normal. So you've got your two exits, one on the left, one on the right. And it's pretty much easy once you've done that. So watch where you enter the roundabout, and then you can just convert it to that little kind of diagram on the right. It's left and right, quite simply.
모든 게 새로 느껴져 Something in my heart 이 맘 전하고 싶어 When you ring my valentine Sunny day you make my dream come true 행복한 너 그리고 나 우릴 비추고 With you by my side 멈춘 시간 속 서로가 마주하는 이곳 I can see you through a little far away 내게로 가서 melt your heart 조금 서툴지만 이해해줄래 동화 속에서만 보던 Just like shining star 서로 바라보는 이곳 I'll be always by your side Sunny day you make my dream come true 행복한 너
Okay, we're coming up to quite an interesting little section here. So we've got a standard roundabout with your 4 exits, but we've also got a parallel crossing. So I've slowed it down to have a little look at that. So parallel crossing is a crossing for pedestrians with a cycle lane on it as well. So I've slowed it down. Remember just to do all your hazards in order. Try not to be worrying about the roundabout right now. Slow down, obviously. Deal with the crossing. And this is where you can kind of see where you can expect people to come. Then deal with your roundabout. And as you can see in your roundabout, you've got like a little box junction area and a keep clear area. Not that it matters from our angle and at this kind of busyness, but you know, remember that a roundabout is just a road, so you need to keep certain areas clear, such as junction areas, so you can go on them and wait. Although that will be very disconcerting for your first few times you do that. Just remember, a roundabout is nothing but a dual carriageway or a 3-lane carriageway where you can go on, you can wait, you can filter, but you must leave the junctions clear. So you'll see other people doing that plenty.
Because I'm here to give my heart to you. Everything is so right 서로가 마주하는 이곳 We've been waiting for a love like this, my love. Yeah.
next roundabout, which again, it's pretty straightforward. You've got the 2 lanes for straight ahead, one for normal driving, one for overtaking or turning right shortly after. But we've also got this little kind of contraflow cycle lane. A lot of people ask me, especially before the theory, what contraflow means. As you can see on the left, it's an area where you'll be driving, say, northbound, and then you can have some bikers coming southbound at you. So that's the contraflow that's the nature of coming against the flow of traffic. So you can expect that. And then you've just seen the triangular sign telling you you're back to normal 2-way traffic. At the next roundabout, I've asked the candidate to go towards the north, A1 north. So if you look at the roundabout there, we're going past 12 o'clock, so we can expect ourselves to be in either the centre or right lane for that. So we'll slow down and start having a look at the road markings. So at this point, you can see that we're in the appropriate lane for A1 northbound, which is past 12 o'clock. And the right lane is for wide open, left lane for the south. It's a spiral roundabout, so we've seen this from a couple of different angles now. If you do choose the wrong lane, it's absolutely fine, so long as you don't start throwing the car wildly across lanes without, well, you should never do that, but you could change lane with a good mirror signal maneuver, and that would still be perfectly safe to do. So at this point, if it was Great Park to the left, I've slowed the video down, by the way. I haven't asked the candidate to do 4 miles an hour. You could change lanes to the left if you deemed it necessary, but you can still go to Great Park from this lane. As you can see, that's the spiral nature. If you want to change lane to the right, again, it is possible if it's safe, so you could mirror signal maneuver that as well. But best not, best stay in your lane that you chose at the start and then keep the lane, although that feels incredibly difficult to do sometimes, I realise. That's always going to be there to help you. Whatever lane you're in, stay in the lane. You cannot be penalised, or really, you're just a lot safer doing that. Okay, so that's the last part of the video. So we're coming back to where we started, at the kind of northbound area. I have no idea if they get this far north and come off towards the A19, so might look at that soon. Worth looking on Google Maps, because when you come off there, you're faced with a 3-lane option. So definitely worth a think about in a spiral roundabout, so worth a look.